Hello and a big welcome back to the Wee Larder channel. Today we're going to be making a delicious, easy beef and dumpling stew. This recipe goes down so well with everyone in my house. My kids absolutely love it. Okay, so if you want to pause the video at the ingredients here, we're now going to get started by popping our flour into our bowl, our salt and our pepper. So this is just going to be to coat the beef, and we're just going to brown our beef in the flour in the pan with some butter. So we're going to pop all of our beef into our bowl here. If you can get beef shin, that is a really good cut to use. I've just used some beef from the supermarket here, but I would recommend beef shin. It does come out really well. So we're going to pop our butter into our pan, melt that down, and then we're going to add our floured beef and seasoned beef into our pan there, and we're just going to give that a wee stir through. So we're just looking to brown our beef, and we're not cooking it here, we're just browning it and sealing it, and then we're going to take it out of the pan. So you want to just stir it for a few minutes until it is browned all over. Should look something like this when it's ready to take out of the pan, and we're going to pop that all onto a plate. So you just take all of your beef out there and just pop it onto the plate. Now we're going to pop our vegetables into the same pan. We're not going to use a clean pan or anything. We're going to keep all the juices and things and flavours and things in the pan. So we're going to use this pan for bacon as well. So make sure you have a pan that's big enough. So we're now going to add all of our water in after we've stirred our vegetables around. And what we're going to do is just stir our vegetables around until they are slightly cooked for about 5 minutes. And then we're going to add all of our beef back in. So we're now going to give that a good stir through just to combine everything there, and maybe a little bit more salt and pepper. This is a really easy stew. If you want to add some more herbs in there, you can, but I've just kept it really simple, really basic. You can use other root vegetables as well. It doesn't have to be these specific vegetables, but I just find this works really well. So we're adding in some salt and pepper there just to flavour it. And instead of the water, you could also add beef stock as well. We're then going to pop the lid on, and we're going to pop that into the oven for 1 hour. Now our oven is heated up to 140, so that's a fan oven as well, so you might need it a little bit higher if it's not a fan oven. After the hour, we're going to take the lid off, give it a really good stir, and we're going to pop it back into the oven for a second hour at the same temperature. So we're going to make our dumplings while our stew is back in the oven. Sorry, I didn't get the shot where the stew's actually going back in the oven. So we're going to add our flour, our baking powder, our suet, a handful of parsley, and our salt and pepper, and our water to mix. We're basically just adding in all of the ingredients that were listed in the ingredients list. So what we're going to do is add these dumplings back into the stew for the last 30 minutes. So our stew is currently cooking in the oven for its second hour, and it's without a lid as well, and this just gives it a really nice texture on the top and crisps everything up lovely. I love the second hour without the lid. It just works really well. So we're now making our dumplings. This recipe gives us 6, as I mentioned before. You can double it up if you want to. So once you have your 6 dumplings, if you just pop them all back into, so if you take your stew out of the oven and pop your dumplings into the stew, and then if you just use your spoon to pop some gravy over the dumplings as well. Add in a wee handful of parsley, and we're going to go back in for the final 30 minutes. After the 30 minutes, it should look something like this. So it should be nicely baked. The dumplings should be cooked through. And everything should be smelling and looking absolutely delicious. I absolutely love this recipe. It is one of my favorites, and it is so easy. Anyone can make this. So if you've never cooked in your life before, you can make this stew. It's so easy. So we're just going to serve this up now. I'm actually serving it up with some potato wedges, which I did in my air fryer, but you could serve it up with mashed potatoes, mashed carrots and leeks, or with some seasonal greens, some broccoli, green beans, whatever is seasonal to you would work well. You could also serve it up with some extra roasted vegetables on the side. I love adding the potatoes because my kids absolutely love them. And they love this stew. We all had a dumpling each because there's 6 of us in the house, and even my little one absolutely loved it. She loved the dumplings and the gravy. So I hope you enjoyed this delicious beef and dumpling stew. I also have my Christmas cookbook available on my website at the moment, so please feel free to pop over and pick up a copy of that. And there's lots of Christmas recipes coming out, and I also have my Christmas collection of recipes over on my website as well. So it's www.angiemilne.com. And if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to give it a big thumbs up, and if you click that subscribe button and the little bell next to it, I will see you guys again soon. So take care, lots of love, bye bye.